Let's be honest, turning 40 doesn't mean giving up on style, but it does mean knowing when to let go of the things that no longer serve you. In this video, we're breaking down 10 clothing items men over 40 should stop wearing in 2025. These aren't just fashion misses, they're pieces that might be quietly aging you, making you look less sharp than you actually are. And chances are, a few of these are hanging in your closet right now. But the good news is, for every outdated item, we've got a smarter, more refined upgrade that works with your age. Let's start with one of the biggest offenders, baggy jeans. There's casual, and then there's careless. And baggy jeans fall squarely in the latter camp. Once a staple of the 90s hip-hop scene and early 2000s weekend wear, baggy jeans might have had their moment, but that moment is long gone. In 2025, they just look out of place, like you're trying to relive a version of yourself that doesn't fit anymore. These jeans hang too low, gather at the ankle like drapes, and add unnecessary bulk around your midsection and legs. That saggy look breaks your silhouette and makes you appear shorter and wider, even if you're in decent shape. They're also tough to pair with anything sleek or fitted, because the contrast is just too harsh. The upgrade? Try straight leg or slightly tapered jeans that follow your body's natural shape without clinging. You're not aiming for skinny jeans here, just a clean, grown-up profile that says you care about how you show up. Look for brands that use stretch denim for comfort but cut with a modern eye. And here's a bonus tip. Go with a dark wash. It's slimming sharp and can swing both casual and semi-formal. Want to dress it up? Throw on a tucked-in Oxford shirt and a blazer. Want to keep it chill? Go with a Henley or a crew neck tee. Either way, you'll look put together without looking like you're trying too hard. Think of it this way. Baggy jeans were cool when flip phones were cutting edge. Time to move on. Graphic tees. You've probably got one or two of these still in the drawer. Tees with fire-breathing dragons, tribal designs, or massive brand names across the chest like you're walking billboard for teenage rebellion. But here's the thing. Once you cross 40, your clothing speaks louder than ever, and a tee that screams Affliction MMA Champion 2008 isn't sending the message you want. It's not that you have to give up tees altogether. Far from it. Tees are still fair game, but the right ones. A fitted crew neck in a solid tone like charcoal, olive, or deep navy can elevate your whole look. Add a soft texture like slub cotton or a minimal design like a chest pocket, and now your tee says refined instead of rebellious. If you want to add character, go for subtle graphic prints. Think abstract lines, tonal patterns, or vintage washes. Keep it understated, and you'll stand out for all the right reasons. Overly distressed clothing. Distressed fashion has its roots in punk culture and vintage streetwear, but it doesn't translate well past a certain age. There's the difference between a well-worn jacket that tells a story and a pair of jeans that look like they were attacked by a weed whacker. Rips at the knees, frayed hems, torn collars. These things don't make you look rugged. They make you look like you don't own a mirror. Instead of chasing fake wear, invest in quality fabrics. A well-faded denim jacket, a broken-in pair of chinos, or a soft chambray shirt will develop character over time. You don't need holes to tell your story. Let the fit, color, and texture do the talking. One stylish swap? Replace that old shredded hoodie with a garment-dyed pullover or a French terry sweatshirt. It's just as comfortable, but 100 times better. Square-toed shoes. Here's a harsh truth. Square-toed shoes were never actually that stylish. They were just available everywhere. And if you're still dusting off those chunky, overly formal square-toed dress shoes from your cousin's 2004 wedding, it's time to say goodbye. The problem is that these shoes are visually heavy and stop the eye abruptly. They throw off the balance of your entire outfit, even with a nice suit. Square toes drag the whole look backward. Instead, opt for a shoe with a rounded or almond-shaped toe. They're sleek, mature, and flatter every foot shape. Go for materials like full-grain leather or suede and look for classic silhouettes. Oxfords, derbies, loafers, or even clean, minimal sneakers. Shoes might be the last thing you put on, but they're the first thing people notice. Don't let outdated footwear speak louder than your presence. Cargo shorts. We've all owned them. The khaki cargo shorts with 8 pockets, Velcro flaps, and enough space to stash a day's worth of snacks and gadgets. They were once practical. Now, they're practically a red flag. Yes, pockets are convenient, but pockets on top of pockets, that's not convenience. That's straight up chaos. Cargo shorts add volume to the thighs and hips, making your lower half look puffier than it is. And when you're over 40, that silhouette just doesn't work anymore. The better move is to invest in tailored chino shorts or flat front utility shorts in colors like navy, olive, or beige. Aim for a clean fit that ends just above the knee. You'll still have enough room for your essentials, but you'll actually look like you meant to get dressed that morning. Keep the comfort, lose the clutter. Still with us? If any of this is hitting a little too close to home, don't worry, we've all been there. Just hit that like button and subscribe to our channel if you're still wearing something on this list. Alright, back to it. Baseball caps. Okay, so hats can either frame your face like a pro or completely undermine the rest of your outfit. And if your go-to cap is a well-worn, sweat-stained baseball hat with a team logo from a championship 2 decades ago, we've got to talk. Yes, baseball caps have their place. Watching a game, doing yard work, or maybe shielding your eyes at a beach picnic. But outside of those moments, that old curved brim Yankees hat isn't adding to your look. Trust me, it's taken away from it. At 40 plus, the hat you wear becomes part of your identity. And wearing the same cap you wore to college parties or coaching Little League doesn't say timeless, it says stuck in time. Especially when the brim is framed. The logo is faded and the sweat ring has gone from off-white to ominous beige. That just doesn't look good anymore. So what should you reach for instead? Try a structured cap in solid color, something in wool canvas or cotton twill. A minimalist dad cap with no logo or a sleek 5-panel hat that can still keep things casual without dragging your whole outfit down. Want to elevate even further? A wool flat cap or a newsboy can give you a stylish European edge. These hats frame your face more elegantly and pair well with jackets, overcoats, and crisp casual wear. Deep V-neck t-shirts. Let's get one thing clear. You can absolutely still wear a t-shirt in your 40s, but when that tee dips into your chest like it's trying to find your sternum, we've got a problem. Deep V-necks have been clinging to life for far too long. What started as a European runway trend morphed into a club bro uniform, and now they mostly just highlight the wrong areas. Think collarbones, chest hair, sagging pecs. Areas most men over 40 would rather not spotlight. And unless your name is Fabio or you've just wrapped a Men's Health cover shoot, these plungy necklines probably aren't doing you any favors. Here's what works better. A classic crew neck or a modest V-neck that hits just below the collarbone. These shapes flatter most builds, don't overexpose, and look good layered or worn solo. Need extra style points? Go and look for tees with subtle texture. Slub cotton, waffle knits, or rolled sleeves. These little details say grown man with great taste. Save the deep V for the discount bin. Your wardrobe deserves better. Faded black or yellowing white clothes. Style isn't just about what you wear, it's also about how well you maintain it. That once crisp white t-shirt that's now looking like it survived 1,000 spin cycles, or that black polo that's faded into murky charcoal, these things quietly undermine your whole look, even if the fit is fine. When you're over 40, presentation matters more than ever. Wearing tired basics signals that you've just stopped paying attention. And let's face it, white clothes naturally yellows over time and black garments lose their pigment. It's not your fault. But if you're still wearing them for long after their prime, it's your responsibility. The solution to that is to refresh your wardrobe foundation regularly. Don't hesitate to replace your staple tees, polos, and socks once they lose their brightness or structure. And while you're at it, learn a few laundry tricks. Wash whites separately, avoid high heat, and use color-safe detergent. Because when your basics are sharp and clean, everything else you wear looks better too. Clean is always cooler than careless. Novelty ties and socks. Let's say you're dressing up for a wedding or business dinner. You've got the suit, the shoes, the watch, and then you throw on a tie covered in miniature guitars or socks with cheeseburgers on them. Fun? Maybe. But elegant? Not even close. Look, quirky accessories have their charm in the right setting. Casual Fridays at the office, a themed party, or even a first date where you're showing personality. But formal events? That's a different ballgame. Instead, go for texture and subtle pattern. A silk knit tie, wool socks with a fine geometric print. Even a classic pin dot or houndstooth pattern works. These details still show character, but in a way that doesn't scream man-child. In short, accessories should complement, not compete. If people are laughing at your tie, you've already lost the room. Sloppy hoodies. No shame in loving a hoodie. We all do. But let's retire the oversized, faded, cartoon-covered hoodie that's been in rotation since the early 2000s. Oversized hoodies might feel cozy, but they throw off your proportions and make you look shapeless. Add wrinkled fabric and childish graphics, and suddenly you look like you raided your son's closet. Now, here's the good news. You don't have to ditch hoodies altogether. In fact, hoodies can look incredibly sharp when done right. The key is structure and quality. Go for fitted or semi-fitted cuts in high-quality materials like French terry, loop back cotton, or even merino wool blends. Choose rich neutrals, navy charcoal, olive, or camel, and avoid big logos or pop culture prints. And if you want to layer like a pro, throw that premium hoodie under a tailored coat or a denim jacket. It gives off relaxed sophistication, comfortable but intentional. So now you've earned your confidence. You've got the experience. Now let your wardrobe reflect that. Say goodbye to the sloppy, the outdated, and the try-hard. Which items out of this list are you guilty of? Drop it in the comments, and let's help each other level up. And if this video helped you rethink your closet, hit that like button and subscribe for more no-nonsense style tips for men who know better. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.